Welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Hello. I kind of move around in videos, so sometimes the focus goes on and off. I apologize for that, but just letting you know ahead of time. Today, I wanted to talk to you about how to ask an intuitive question so you can get an answer. Everyone can get an answer. Everyone can get an answer. Everyone's intuitive. I would love for you to kind of focus on getting intuitive answers for yourself. You can certainly ask intuitive questions about others, but you'll need their permission. Unless you have a small child and they don't you don't need their permission. But I want you to focus on yourself, because actually it's easier to get answers about others. It is. But getting answers for yourself, which is really what you're meant to do in this world, is to have a wonderful dialogue with your higher self, this incredible part of your being that lives way outside of the Earth's atmosphere in the heavens. It's the majority of your light and your energy. You only bring a percentage of that lighter energy to Earth. And we do our best to allow that part of ourselves to dance with the physical reality and to create outcomes and desires that fulfill all of our energy. Okay, so when you're asking an intuitive question, and I'm going to ask you to focus on your needs first, because those are the hardest questions to get answers about, because we have too much emotional conditioning about how our life is meant to be, and too much wounded um, disappointment about how things have been, and too much fear and anxiety about what will be coming. So learning to ask questions for yourself will help you to become an expert at learning to get solutions for others. And there are always solutions to anything that you could desire. Great solutions, wonderful solutions, authentic solutions, high vibration solutions, truthful solutions. But how you ask the question matters. And it matters for a couple of reasons. One, as we're creating how to ask a question, which I'm going to help you with, that's the whole idea of this video today. As you're learning how to ask a question, we are really doing this asking for your brain. The universe, your higher self, archangels, God, whatever you want to call the yumminess that exists all around us and is here to help us, already knows your question and the solution. But you have to be able to take the information in. And if your brain is asking the question inappropriately and through fear and worry and doubt or pleading and all kinds of stuff, you're not going to get the information. So we're really cultivating the question to get your brain to become quiet. This is why we meditate. We meditate to practice quieting the mind. That's what meditation is for. Managing your mind is so incredibly important. We're all learning to evolve beyond the overthinking, low vibrational aspect of the ego, which has come about because humans kind of fell from grace, I don't know how many millions of years ago, which all of that is necessary. Everything that's happening in your life now or happening to us collectively is necessary. We're all growing and expanding. I won't talk about politics right now, but all of that is necessary too. It is. So we're cultivating a question so that your mind gets quiet. And we're cultivating the question because if your mind is quiet, then you can absorb the solution. You can absorb the answer. You can feel it. You can breathe into it. It's going to make sense to all of you except for your brain that's not present. The mind is meant to be present. That means it's not supposed to think about the past or the future ever. It wasn't created to do so. And all that does when we participate in that activity is we become anxious. That's what anxiety is from the overthinking mind. Like 98% of anxiety is from the mind, from overthinking, analyzing, and processing, something that humans do to occupy themselves, but it's not something that the brain was created to do. So we're doing something that isn't good for us. It's kind of like eating bags of sugar all day long. It's going to make you unhealthy. It's going to create inflammation in your body. All you have to do is stop doing it. And all of a sudden your body reduces its inflammation and you're healthier. The same thing about thinking. And that's why meditation is important, because it's helping you to remember what it feels like to be in your natural state of existence, which means not to think, have a quiet mind. Formulating the question. So we're using words that your brain will not understand so that your brain will become even more quiet so that the solution could just come into your awareness, which it will. So you can't use words, or I'm not recommending that you use words like how, what, where, when, or why. Those words indicate time in some sort of relativity, and time is an illusion. It's a man-made phenomenon. It doesn't exist. So the universe, when you use when, well, I did a great job. We're going to practice a few questions. The universe goes, when, it's trying to formulate when this is going to happen. When if you change your energy, it can happen in a second. So if we stop using how, what, where, when, or why, then we're going to get the information that we really need so we can be in alignment, so we can have the career of our dreams. Okay. No pleading. The universe already sees you as a magnificent and sees you as you would love to be. That's the only way it recognizes you, actually. So when you plead, you lower your frequency. You lower your vibration, and all these solutions are in high frequency. And if you lower your vibration, then you can't sense, hear, see, or feel the high frequency solution. All right. And we want the mind to be a little bit shocked by the question, and not in a negative way, but in a like, what does that mean? That's when your mind gets quiet. When you stop analyzing things, your mind gets quiet. So let's say we're going to ask a question about work. And we're going to talk about how you need to be in your body to do that in just a minute. But we're just going to first go over a formulated question, because that's what I do first. Before I even get in my body, which is important, embody your energy so you can connect to the rest of your energy, your higher self, way out in the heavens. You have to embody your energy. But first, I always formulate the question. So these are the words I use when I'm formulating a question. Please express to me whatever is in my highest good about. So we use the term highest good because the brain has no idea what that means. No concept of it. Think of your brain as a computer. It's a very logical tool. Like, it's helped me to make sure I closed the drape before I went live on this video. I brought my tea with me, which I keep eyeing every once in a while. And I have various light fixtures so that the lighting is good during the video. Please express to me whatever's in my highest good about. And then you fill in the blank. So if you were to ask the question, please express to me whatever's in my highest good about work, the word work alone or the word work period could lower your vibration. And then you're not going to be able to feel the high frequency of the answer. So I like to be creative. I actually like the word work. I'm kind of a workhorse a little bit. So that's a favorable word for me. But if it's not for you, you need to find a different word. Career, job, vocation. And you kind of have to sit with your body, because you have to pay attention to the way your body is reacting. Because if your body's having a visceral experience to the word work, your brain's going to go over into analytical mode, and you're not going to be able to get the experience, the information from the heavens. So I like to use words that the brain can't relate together. So here's another example. Please express to me whatever's in my highest good about delicious work. So delicious and work doesn't really go together according to the brain. But my body likes those two words, delicious work. Woo, woo, woo. So I run into high frequency. Now I've formulated my question. Now it could take you 15 minutes to formulate a question. It could take you half a day. If I don't feel the frequency of the question, I don't even bother asking. So I'll take time. I'll take a day. I know that if I can get in the vibration that's going to allow my mind to become quiet, to absorb the information into my body, I'm going to get the solution that I need, and then I can proceed. So this is not a race. You're on a journey. You authentically love and adore yourself, and you deserve all the positive, loving attention you can give yourself. So take time finding the language. But I'm just going to use my example. Please express to me whatever's in my highest good about delicious work. And I still ask that type of question, even though I have a delicious job, but I tweak it all the time. I'm always making some little shift or change because I want it to stay delicious. And if we always ate a certain type of food that we find delicious the same way all the time, we would get bored of it. So that's why we have, when it comes to potatoes, French fries, baked potatoes, mashed potatoes. I just got back from Ireland. they know how to make potatoes in every single way, and they were so delicious. I ate a lot of potatoes in Ireland. So good. Yummy. Uh, so play around with it. Play with words. Get out of thesaurus. Feel your body. That's really what you need to do. And if you don't know how to do that, wiggle your toes while you're formulating the question, because it's going to pull energy out of your brain and help you to embody your subatomic particles that exist everywhere so that you can feel your energy. And when your energy kind of goes, ding, then you can ask the question. But you've got a question. Now we got to figure out how to be in the body so you can be far away from this. And again, there's nothing wrong with the mind. The mind was only created to be present. And people who work hard at being present are present for nanoseconds a day. Most people don't have any present moments at all. And that is not an exaggeration. This is also where anxiety comes from overthinking, analyzing, and processing things that have never even happened or things that already happened that you can't do anything about. But if you were in your body and you were asking intuitive questions, you could get a new perception about it, which would allow you to let go of your history. And the future is something we're manifesting and creating. So we don't want to think negatively if the future hasn't even happened yet. Don't send negativity to your future. Stay present. Stay present. Okay. So we want you to embody your energy. What you could do, a few things, is you could do a little bit of qigong, kind of warming up your body so you can get out of your head. You could do some yin yoga, which means to hold a simple posture for like 3 to 5 minutes, like child's pose, or I know the bridge pose, but something comfortable for 2 to 3 minutes. I'm going to have us for our own moment here. So I'm going to just have us do a little bit of acupressure because we want you to get out. This is critical when it comes to asking intuitive questions. And once you become comfortable with asking insight for yourself, you can be a pro at getting insight for others because it's much easier to get intuitive information about a complete stranger. All right, so open your hand. In this web area between your thumb and your index finger is a pressure point, and it opens up channels, gateways of light into the body. So you're going to take your thumb and your index finger and just kind of sandwich it in here and just rub it. Just gently rub it, use both fingers or one finger. I don't care how you do it. We're going to do it for a couple minutes. We're going to do both hands. So I'll give a few more examples about questions. What if it's about love? Please express to me whatever's in my highest good about a delicious union. So find unique words. Don't use words that you've used before that lower your vibration. You don't have to use delicious. You can say fascinating, beautiful, lovable. You can use whatever language that you want, but maybe you won't use partner or husband or wife or girlfriend or boyfriend. Maybe you use a different word that means the same thing for you, but it doesn't trigger any low vibrational feelings you may have on the topic. Okay, now we're going to switch over to the other side. We're going to put our thumb and index finger and just gently massage this area right here, opening up gateways. I can feel my energy expanding. It's going to get you to relax, get you out of your head. It's critical to get your body to relax, your mind to soothe its energy before you ask intuitive questions. And taking time to do so just means you love yourself and that you're worth the time and the energy, because you are. Well, it's kind of sore. Don't be surprised if it gets a little sore. It just means that you're opening up a lot of acupressure points throughout your body. You're helping the meridian lines to move energy. That's wonderful. Okay, let's just pick one more topic. Money. That's another topic that people get annoyed about. Please express to me whatever's in my highest good about phenomenal wealth. I like the word wealth way better than all the other ones. Phenomenal is a great question. Everyone is meant to have everything they want: incredible love, enormous wealth, delicious, fabulous health, happiness, joy. That's normal. It's normal, and you can have it, and all the information is there for you, but you got to let it in. Okay, I think we've opened up these gateways pretty well. Then I'm going to have you put your hands on your lap with your palms exposed, so palms up, and then close your eyes. And start to take some beautiful deep breaths as if you're breathing into the body, into the belly. And our goal is to embody your energy. The brain has its own unique energy patterns. It doesn't need any help. So we're going to leave it alone. And you're going to be safe and happy and well if you leave your brain alone. It doesn't need you. It wishes you would leave it alone. It's like, oh, do we have to think about that again? Oh, that's literally what your brain is saying all day long. So taking some deep breaths all the way into the dantian, which is like the pelvic cavity area. Just breathing in all the way down to your toes and wiggle your toes as you keep taking breaths in. And every time you breathe in, allow yourself to feel physical sensations, like feel your butt cheeks on the chair, or your socks on your feet, or your toes in your shoes, or I'm feeling my hands on my legs and then my jeans on my thighs. You have to allow yourself to kind of force yourself to have these awarenesses, because when you're overthinking and analyzing, we even forget, which we most do, what color our underwear is. And don't forget about our undergarments that we put on earlier in the morning. So more deep breaths into the body, because you're embodying your energy right now. You're connecting to it. It's powerful. It's very wise. And once you feel like you're in there, which means you might feel some tingling or warmth sensation, you might even feel some discomfort. And I don't want you to be afraid of the discomfort. It's our body's communicating to us in multiple ways all the time. We just want to be there for the conversation, no matter what the conversation is. I felt a slight twinge in my right hip. And it didn't freak me out, but allowed me to be more present in my body. And now the twinge is gone. When energy moves, sometimes pain occurs because we have so much kind of stagnation in our body. Good, great. Now, as you ask the question, you can do it with your mouth or with your mind, but pretend that you're asking your hands, not your brain or your toes, not your head. So we're just going to ask that first question. Please express to me whatever's in my highest good about delicious work, or maybe you put delicious hobbies, delicious vocation, but you're going to talk to your hands. Leave the brain alone. Please express to me whatever's in my highest good about my delicious work. So I've asked my hands, and now you're going to let go of the question. This is probably the second most important thing that you do, besides formulating a good question, is you have to let go of it once you ask it, because we don't want your brain to give you any answers or solutions, because they will be wrong. So when you let go, you have fun in your body. Maybe wiggle with your toes again. Allow yourself maybe to experience a waterfall, moving from your head all the way down to your toes. Imagine that your hands are sinking in your body, but have fun being with you, not your brain, but the rest of you. And just hang out there and have fun. And then little things will start to happen. I'm going to be quiet for a few moments while you do this. Keep pulling your energy away from your brain, bring it down to your toes, experience a waterfall, your hands sinking into your body. Have fun. And then when you're done getting some information, I don't care how it comes to you. You might see a picture, you might feel something in your body, you might hear something. It could be music. It doesn't matter what it is. Don't get caught up in allowing your brain to analyze the solutions that you receive. Your brain doesn't know and doesn't understand it. So don't let your brain try to analyze it. Sorry, it's inherent. Now, what I want you to do after that is write everything down. Every feeling you had, every thought, even if you thought things were blank, write down, it feels like it was blank, and then just sit with it. Information is going to come. Translating the information is based on how you experience it. So for instance, I really did ask this question. I asked, please express to me whatever's my highest good about phenomenal vocation. I changed it at the last minute when I was hanging out in my body. And I saw myself, I'm very clairvoyant, on one of those really high water slides. So I'm wearing a swimsuit, I've got my hands up in the air, I'm yay, I'm about to go down some very wavy water slide. Now, I love water. I love slides. I love playing with kids. I love play. I love playful things. So that told me that my work life is going to get really fun pretty soon. That's what it's telling me. And I'm like, wow, thank you so much. So if you saw something like what I saw, or whatever you experience, you need to ask yourself, how do I feel about that? So if you saw the color yellow, how do you feel about yellow? If you heard laughter, how do you feel about laughter? If you heard music, what do you feel about that song? Because the universe is giving you this information that you interpret from your own life experiences, likes and dislikes, and write everything down. That's how you ask a question. Have a beautiful day.